Now let's create a field in personal information portlet. So I will go to personal information here and I will see all the fields available here. Towards the end, I will go and I will just enter the custom string 1 and I will enter say test, and I will here you can define the different translations for this field. So I will define this translations for this field. I will say enabled as yes. So if you see on the top, it is enabled and mandatory. So I will define it as yes, mandatory as no, and I will keep it as a string field only. I will define the label as test only, and I will keep the maximum length and 256, and that's it. And I will say save. So once this field is defined, you need to give the permission to this field for viewing it on the people profile. So I will go to manage permission role. I will come to these concepts little later, the RBP concept, the role based permissions. But just for now, I will enable this field for system admin. And we will go to effective dated portlets, and here I will define field as test. So this is the field. I will give the permission to maintain this particular field. I will say done and we'll say save. I will come back to the people profile now. So I want to check the profile of Adam Jack. Adam Jessic Novak. And for Adam Jessic Novak, I will go to personal information. To go to personal information, I will check it here and you can see this field is available here. So when you click on this data, and I can maintain this particular field, anything. For example, I maintain the value as test and I can save this record. So there is some workflow which is captured. So that's why it will ask for you to go through the workflow. So that's why I'm not, we can say confirm here and we can approve the workflow as Tessa Walker. So here it will show you until the workflow is approved, it will show you that the personal information change pending approval from April 28, 2021. So if you go and open this workflow, it will show you that this field is being edited here. Okay. So let me proxy as Tessa Walker here. You can view the participants from here as well before going there. So Tessa Walker is the approver and Kristen Dolan, because Tessa Walker and Kristen Dolan. So I will approve this as Tessa Walker. We will cover this thing in detail in the workflow sessions. I can say approve request. I will click on this tile, approve request. This tile will automatically pop up as and when you have anything to approve. You can see this is showing here personal information change for Adam Jacek Novak. So I will say approve here. I will not go to detail as of now. We will come to that little later. So right now we are focusing on manage business configuration. So we will cover that first. So now we will go again to Adam's Jacek profile, and we will see whether this is approved information is showing up in the portlet or not. So you can see that this is showing up in the portlets after approval. Okay, and these changes are made from effective from April 28. These changes are made. Okay, now let's go back to manage business configuration. I will go to personal information again. Now I want to change the label of this particular field. So I will simply go and I will change the label to say test 123, and I will save this. I will change this is in translations as well if it is required to be changed in the translation, else I will save it here, and then this will be reflected in the people profile. So I will open another tab here. I will go to Adam's profile again. So you can see that Adam's profile is showing up here. Now in this the test 123 is appearing as a field name. So this is how you make changes to manage business configuration. So I don't want this field to be enabled now. So I will disable this field because I don't want this to be available for users to use. So I will disable this field. I will say no, and I will just save this. So this field is now saved, and I will go to people profile again. I will just refresh this field, and you can see that field is not available now here. So this is how you make changes to the manage business configuration. It's very simple. So in the personal profile, you see that these are some of the rules which are attached. Similarly, this works in the same way on the other portlets as well. So this was basically more related to the succession data model. Then we have other fields here for standard fields, which are 15 for to be used by other modules. So here you can define those fields, and you can give the permission as well as you can use these fields for any other purpose for the other modules. These fields will work from EC to the other modules. So you can define these fields here. Now we will come to the succession data model country specific. So country specific succession data model basically covers your global info. For example, the information which is specific to the countries and are part of succession data model. So for example, in the personal information section, if you see this personal information section, there is global information. This is appearing, and this is appearing for Poland, and for Poland country, these are the fields which are available here. This information is coming from here. So if you go to Poland here, global information Poland. So you can see this, these are the field: date learned, challenge group, degree of challenge, type of challenge, issuing authority and reference number, and these are the same field which are appearing here. And the number of children, mother's first name, and health insurance, exclusive support, etc., etc. So these fields are appearing here. Okay, and otherwise you can also restrict these fields, permissions and role based permissions, if you do not want to give some of these fields to some of the roles. For example, I don't want to give showing authority and reference number and number of children access to all the roles except system admin, then I can restrict it in the role based permissions. So this is how the global info is defined. If you want to define any custom fields, you can simply come here and you can define a custom field here as well, the same way we defined it for the uh, personal information. Then let's talk about the home address. The home address also has got country specific home address. So for let's check it for Poland, because I don't want to save any changes for this. So I will just go. So this is the address field for Poland. So let's check the Adams profile for addresses. So if you just go to maintain, it will show you all the fields: country, street, house number, apartment, extra address line, municipality, city, postal code, post and region. These fields are coming from here: street, house number, apartment, extra address line, municipality, city, postal code, post, country, region. These are coming from here. So this is how you will maintain the addresses for uh, in the succession data model. If you want to add any field, again you will come here, you will add, you can either add custom string, you can add date field, custom date is available, you can add custom long, you can add custom double field, and some of the standard fields are also available. You can add some of these fields. Some of these are already used and some of them are not, so you can use these fields if required. So this is how the home address will be taken care. Now let's look at the job information portlet. The job information portlet has got a standard job information fields as well as the country specific job information fields. So let's look at the Poland country specific information field. So this is the country specific job information field. So if you can see, country of company, contract type, continued sick pay, initial entry group and corporation. These are the fields. So I will go to job information here. So this person does not have access to country specific job information field. That's why it is not showing up. So to give him access, I will go to manage permission role, system admin role, and I will go to effective dated entities, and here I will go to job information. Addresses, dependent job information. So in the job information, role FPOL, so some of these fields only contract type is enabled. I think these fields are not enabled here. So if you see, this is all no here. That's why it is not appearing in the role based permissions as well. So if I want to enable these fields, I will have to say yes here, and only contract type is appearing which is available, and for that contract type this person has got the permission. So let's look at the contract type according to this. I will cancel this. I will go here, then go to employment section, job information, Control F. Okay. So if you see the contract type, here it is appearing contract type, and these are also in countries, Poland. These are all coming from the main menu from here. Job information. These all are coming from here. Okay, so this is how this is maintained, and now let's go to, so now this is more about country specific succession data model. So this is how you will be maintaining it. The other way is you can import and export the country specific succession data model in the provisioning, but that is generally not used. That way is generally not used, because everything, until you have a problem in manage business configuration, we usually do not recommend to go and update the succession data model in provisioning. So I will show you that way as well in a little while, but the best way to maintain this is through the manage business configuration.